Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, JRC Restoration, Decor and Designs, and my name is Phyllis. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you how I will be creating 4 fall DIYs. 2 are wall art and the other 2 are pumpkin. One of the wall arts my neighbor moved and she trashed or put to the side of the road and I quickly retrieved it. And the other wall art is just repurposing the wall art that I used in my bathroom doing my spring makeover. I am using old Family Dollar canvases that I've had over 10 years, and I will be repurposing that. And then my last video is a wonderful surprise, my own pillow pumpkin. So if you're interested in seeing how all of these come out, then just keep watching, and I want to thank you all for stopping by. So I'm working on my downstairs area, my living room and bathroom, foyer, entry, dining room, and kitchen for fall. I want to show you some DIYs that I'm making using these old canvases. If you're familiar, these come from the, I think, Family Dollar or Dollar General. I'm repurposing them because the colors are in there and I like what they say. So I'm putting these in a frame, but let me show you what I did with the other 2. I've already removed them from the canvas. So let me show you what I did with the other 2. So here's the other one, and this frame was from the thrift store. My brother had given this to me some time ago. It used to be like a brown wood look, and I spray painted it gold, and I cut that canvas out and put it in here because it has some of the fall colors. This here's picking up blue in here, but it still goes with what I have in the design, and I like the way I was able to repurpose those. So I'm going to go ahead and finish those and put them in the bathroom. And the other one that's just like this, I put in the bathroom, so it's going to be in the middle, and the 2 that I just showed you, they're going to be on each side. And those 2 have different sayings. They look the same, but the saying on them are different. I'm going to show you. So here, this one says, rejoice in your hope, be patient in tribulation, and be constant in prayer. And then this one is share faith, offer prayer, give hope. So I'm getting ready to put those in the frames that I had in my bathroom when I did my spring makeover. So I'm going to go ahead and complete these and show you what they look like when they're hung. I love the way these turned out. So now let's go on to the next DIY. This is a pumpkin jar that I purchased from the Dollar Tree when it was $1 before it became $1.25. I'm going to mix these colors, not mix them, but put them in there and just let it roll around and do its own thing. It's going to kind of give it a marble look. I'm going to go with these 3, and I think I have cream, so I think I have a cream color. I'm going to mix these in there and just kind of give this a marble look. And I'm also going to do it on the top, and I got to find something to sit the top in until it dries. Okay, so all that I'm doing is I'm just putting the different color paints. It's only 3 that I'm using. That cream, I didn't use the white, the cream, the orange, and the brown. Now here you saw I just put in some Floetrol. I think I put too much because when it went to settle and dry, it didn't stay with this look that you see now, which I absolutely love. I wished it had stayed like that, but the colors started dripping when it sit like that. The colors started mixing together. It did not keep this effect, which I absolutely love. Now the top did, and I don't know if it's because the top is shorter, but I felt even if I turned it upside down to dry to let the paints fall out, I still wouldn't have been able to keep this. But in the end, it still turned out okay. So what you're going to see coming up next is I'm doing the same process to the top. Top done. It is so pretty. I wish it would stay like that. I think I could keep it shiny by putting some gloss on it, but this is what it looks like on the other underside. Now the top might be a little more detailed because I'm going to let it sit up and dry, but you see how the colors are. This is so pretty. The marble look, autumn marble. look is what I'm calling it. But I'm just tipping it, trying to cover, you know, all those curves there. And so what I'm going to do is just sit it on top of this and let it dry overnight. This will sit up for a little bit, but I just wanted you to see. I'm going to see if I can lift it up. Yeah. So this is what the top looks like. And of course the tip of it is going to stay clear. What I might do is I might hand paint that and make that maybe brown or orange, and see if I can, and I got plenty of leaves around here, get some leaves and just put it on around the stem. So when it dries, I'll show you what it looked like with the lid on top of it. But that's my quick DIY pumpkin jar. So here it is, all done. I like it. I just wish the bottom of this did like the top, but it still has its marble effect. It's just more white in here. And the funny thing, on the bottom of this, all the little white is under the bottom. But these leaves, I took 3 leaves and glued them together, and then you can see I painted the tip of it brown. Even though the bottom didn't stay like I wanted, I still love my autumn marble pumpkin. Okay, now for the next DIY. My neighbor next door has moved out of her home, and she started throwing a bunch of things away, and this was one of the things she put to the side of the road. I immediately grabbed it as soon as she put it there. Although the tiger, is that a tiger? Yes, it's a tiger. Yes, tiger. Although it is nice, it's not my style, but I'm getting ready to make it fit in with my fall decor. The sunflowers that I put in my little metal wheelbarrow, I'm going to pull those off and just glue them to that to kind of cover up the face and the body of the tiger, making it a 3D art. Like I said, this tiger is not my style, although it's nice. It's not something that I would ever use, and I loved the frame and the size of this picture. So I'm going to do that, and then I will show you what it looks like when I'm done. Okay, here it is all laid out, and all I do is just have it covering the tiger. Now I haven't glued them out down, I just laid them out, and I think that turned out nice. I wanted the golds to stay exposed. But this is my 3D canvas art. So now I'm going to glue down all the pieces with my glue gun, and it's going to take a little bit of time. So this took me about an hour, and I was watching other fall DIY, other YouTubers creating their fall DIYs while I was doing this. But what I did was, I showed you how I had it all laid out. All I did was pick up each piece one at a time, glued it down to hold it down. This was a very easy, simple project. It just took time, and I really love the end result. Okay, here it is completed, and I love the way it turned out. I'm calling this my traditional modern glam fall wall decor. What makes it traditional are the colors of fall that's in it, the black trim straight lines of the frame makes it modern, and then of course the gold background makes it glam. And I love how it turned out. So I think this is going to hang in my living room. So for my fourth fall DIY, I am going to attempt to make my own pumpkin using this old blanket. And the irony of this is that you see that these are bunnies, and I have it on the wrong side, so because on the right side is where the bunny print is more prominent. But I figured if I use the wrong side, and once it's in the shape of a pumpkin, you shouldn't be able to see the bunny prints, especially from a distance. I want to make 2 large pumpkin pillows. I have my bag full of polyfill or just cotton, and I've had this for years. I've already showed you how I reuse some old not Dollar Tree, but Family Dollar canvas to make my own wall art for my half bath. You'll see that. And then how I took a frame that my neighbor threw out and repurposed that to create that as fall decor. And then how I took a Dollar Tree glass pumpkin and recreated that. Now I am taking an old blanket and seeing if I could do these fabric pumpkins that I see online. But I like trying DIYs of things that look to be simple, and I've already looked at some YouTube videos. So we're going to try this and see what we can come up with. Okay. So here's a video clip of the YouTube video that I followed and I used. I looked at maybe about 4 or 5 videos, and hers was the simplest. Now I sped it up, so it's not going this fast. So I'm not showing myself actually putting it together, but I am sharing with you the video that I followed. So I will have this young lady's video in my description box below if you're interested in wanting to know how to make this pumpkin. There are also other videos that I watched that I like, where people made pumpkins out of sweaters and made smaller pumpkins, which are very similar to pumpkins that I have on my island. But again, this video clip will be linked in my description box below. Now let's get to finishing this. I'm going to my island now to show you how I'm going to complete it. I used a ponytail holder here to put around this, and then I pulled it tight enough so it can start forming round. I'm going to cut a lot of this off to make the little separations, like in this here, to make these separations. I'm going to use these curtain tie backs. I don't even use these anymore, so I'm going to take them and separate it. Look at it, it's coming apart already. And I'm going to use that to be this for this here. And then I'll probably have enough to go to the top. We'll see. But I like the way it's coming out. So I discovered the only way that I can wrap this rope is this cannot be high. So this is going to be the bottom. So what I did was cut as much off as I could possibly cut off without having it to come off the rubber band. I'm going to put some hot glue all the way around under there to lay this flat. And then I'm going to turn it upside down. That way I can wrap, you know, the ribbon around or the rope around, and then whatever I'm going to use at the top, say pretend this little piece, I can glue right there in the middle. It won't be this one, but it'll be something where this is flat. And if you can see, it's going to come together. I'm going to glue that down with the glue gun, and then I will start wrapping my rope around. I'm going to start separating it. Okay, I've glued it down. So I think what I'm gonna do is cut a piece of, I still have some of this left. I'm gonna cut a round piece to cover this, but first I'm going to wrap it, start wrapping it. And I've already separated the string. It used to look like this, and now it was 3 separate pieces. So I'm going to start wrapping this, and I'm sorry that I'm not videotaping myself doing this, but I just got off work. I don't look presentable for the camera and I don't want to, honestly don't feel like setting up the phone for you to watch what I'm doing. So that's why I got the video clip doing it exactly like the young lady I found, but I'm showing you piece by piece what I'm doing. So now I'm getting ready to take this, and I'm going to start from the bottom. I think that's what that video said. Start from the bottom to start wrapping. This is the bottom and this is the top. So I'm going to start wrapping to start tightening it. So I'm going to take it from one side and bring it back over to the same side and pull it real tight until it does this indentation right in here. Once I do that first one, I'll show you. Then when I do the second one, I'll show you how it's forming. Okay, there's the first piece. What I had to do was start it from the top and bring it to the bottom, and I made a knot. So I'm getting ready to take a second piece and go across this way. So you can see this part is formed. Now I'm getting ready to get another piece to go across here. Okay, there's the second piece done, starting to look like a pumpkin. Now I'm going to go this way, which will be rope 3, and then I got to take another one a piece to get rope 4. So I only needed 4 pieces to make the 8 parts. And what I like about it is I do have enough gold to where I can find something. The girl that another one, if it's not this video, another person I watched used the tissue tube roll and made the stem at the top. Okay, there it is with the third piece coming together, and you can see how this is big. Now I could maneuver the ropes and let that be it to make the sides even, because I can pull the rope, but I want to go ahead and put that other one in. But you can see that it's forming, and I love that it's nice and tight and firm because of all the polyfill I put in. So let me do that and I'll be right back. Okay, there it is. My pumpkin is formed. My pillow pumpkin. So now I just got to get creative with the stem. Okay, so this is what my stem is going to be. I had this hard piece of tube. It's not the tissue tube, it's the harder one. And I'm wrapping that with the same rope that I used to make the sections in the pumpkin. I thought about doing a fatter one. I do have a wider tube, but I'm going to wrap this and see what it looks like on this size pumpkin. If not, I will save it for my smaller pumpkin and wrap a fatter tube, which I do have. So I'm just getting some glue. You can see it there, and it's going to be covered, and I'm just wrapping it all the way around. So once I get it finished wrapped, I will show you what it looks like. I won't glue it to the pumpkin yet until I can kind of make a determination which one looks better. Okay, so I figured out how to make my stem look substantial and fat. I'm doing a second row on top of the first row to make it fuller, because the size of that pumpkin, this was just too small. But to make it look fuller, I'll do this here row, and if I have to do a third row, I have enough string right there left to do it. Here is my pumpkin pillow. I love the way it turned out. I took some leaves off of the leaf stems that I purchased from Michael's and put them up here, and then glued this on the top and the bottom. Let me see if I can hold and pull it up. I just took some fabric and covered the bottom of that. But I love the way my pumpkin pillow turned out. My very first one. So I'm going to style it, and you will see it, all of my DIYs, in my fall home decor. It's probably just from downstairs, but I am proud of this. So here's a final look of all 4 of my fall DIYs, and I absolutely love how all of them came out. Now, if this is your first time visiting my channel, I want to thank you for stopping by, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. And for my faithful viewers, thank you so much for your continued faithful support. You will see all of these DIYs styled in my fall home tour coming up in a couple of weeks. And again, I want to thank you all for stopping by.